Hello again. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. We got a soggy one, windy one outside here today, so we'll spend some time with the doors closed in the garage. What we're going to do is we're going to attempt to put a piece on there, cut all this crap out, and weld in a new piece. So enjoy. Thanks for watching.
The shop like glow, coffee gone cold and the radio low. Rear fenders rotten, edges thin as air. Rust been chewing like a devil living there. Got a patch panel leaning up against the wall, shining new steel, gonna answer the call. But it ain't just slap it on and call it done. You gotta mark your line before you fire that gun. Sharp it black and mean, trying to make clean cuts on a dirty machine. Every curve and corner, every bend and seam looks easy online, but it ain't no dream. I'm standing there staring, trying not to rush. One wrong cut and the whole damn thing's crushed. Old truck laughing like, boy, you'll learn. While the grinder waits and the sparks wanna burn. Measure twice, cut the rust. Trust your hands when the metal gets tough. A little bit scared, but I'm doing it. And the rotten decay, measure twice, cut it clean. There ain't no shortcut on this old machine. Patch panel waiting, fender full of dust. Measure twice, cut the rust. Yeah. Held that panel up, trying to find its place, matching every curve on that beat up face. Clamp it, move it, check it again, take a step back and start over again. That old rear quarter seen winners and salt. Somebody else's bondo, somebody else's fault. But now it's my problem, sitting in my bay, and I'm the poor fool cutting cancer away. Lay down tape where the good steel starts, trying to save the truck without breaking its heart. No fancy booth, no perfect floor, just a guy in a garage and an old C10 door. The cut-off wheel screams like a warning sign, saying, are you damn sure about that line? I'll breathe in deep, let the grinder sing, and let the sparks fly like a Saturday thing. Measure twice, cut the rust. Trust your hands when the metal gets tough. A little bit scared, but I'm doing it anyway. Grinding through the years and the rotten decay. Measure twice, cut it clean. There ain't no shortcut on this old machine. Patch panel waiting, fender full of dust. Measure twice, cut the rust. Cut the rust. Dirty blues, grinder screaming, sparks flying, old steel bleeding. Boots on concrete, dust in the air. Ain't pretty yet, but we're getting there. First cut's made and there ain't no turning back. Rust flakes falling like coal from a sack. Old fender opens up, ugly inside, like the truck's been keeping all the secrets to hide. Wheel keeps spinning and the line gets long, trying like hell not to cut in wrong. Metal gets hot and the paint turns black, but that rusty old cancer ain't coming back. There's holes in places I didn't want to see, but that's just the price of history. Every scar, every dent, every busted out seam is part of bringing back somebody's dream. Yeah, I cussed that panel and I cussed that wheel, cussed the rust and the thin old steel. But every rough cut, every dirty fight gets this truck one step closer. Right, measure twice, cut the rust. Trust your hands when the metal gets tough. A little bit scared, but I'm doing it with the clatter on the floor, a rotten little chunk that ain't needed no more. I hold the new panel up to the open hole, and for the first time, boys, it looks like a goal. It ain't welded yet, still got trimming to do, little more shape than before it fits true. But you can see the line where the new steel lands, and you can feel the wind in these dirty hands. That's the thing about trucks in the garage at night. You don't need perfect, you just need fight. You learn by burning, cutting, grinding it down, making small victories out of rust-colored ground. I ain't a pro, I ain't claiming I ain't, just learning this trade with the grinder in my hand. Some days it fits, some days it don't. Some days I swear I'm done, but I know I won't. Cause every patch panel, every jagged cut, every busted knuckle and door that won't shut, every cloud of dust and every shower of sparks is another damn chapter in this whole truck's heart. Measure twice, cut the rust, trust your hands when the metal gets tough. A little bit scared, but I'm doing it anyway, grinding through the years and the rotten decay. Measure twice, cut it clean, there ain't no shortcut on this old machine. Patch panel waiting, fender full of dust. Measure twice, cut the rust. Yeah, measure twice, cut the rust. Old steel, new steel, sweat and trust. Sparks hit the floor and the night rolls on. One more rotten piece finally gone. Measure twice, cut it clean, trying to save this square-bodied dream. Patch panel ready, old fender dust. Measure twice, cut the rust. Rusty hole was open, new steel in place. Patch panel sitting on that old truck's face. Clamps holding tight, but my hands weren't sure. Never welded by the steel like this before. Hood pulled down and gloves on tight. Garage full of shadows in the shop light. Welder humming low like it knew my fear, saying, come on, rookie, bring that wire here. Attack one corner, jump to the side, trying to keep the heat from taking a ride. But that thin old metal had a mean little grin, burned a hole through when I leaned back in. Burning wire, fighting fire, trying to make...
Okay, let's give you a little mid-panel update here. I'm happy with how I got it cut out and fit in there and tacked in place, but I'm struggling with the welds. I'm not happy with how they're coming in. They're like little BBs, like there's no penetration at all. So I am going to spend a little while playing with the settings on it. I don't think, I was watching some videos, I might have the wire speed too slow, is what I'm guessing, but I don't know. So, and then I got to cut a gap in here. You'll see, like, I got it butted up right against it here. I got a good gap there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to concentrate on here, see if I can get the welds laying down better, and so I don't have to grind so much. And then I will keep going along. It's a little bit of a long, boring process. I hope once the welder gets dialed in, it will go a little quicker. But that's where we're at.
Too cold and it wouldn't bite. One setting too hot and it burned too bright. Tried to run a bead, but the truck said no. Thin sheet metal, don't like that show. Had to slow myself down and change my plan. Little tack welds from a shaky hand. Hit one spot, then move away. Let the heat calm down before I made it pay. Skip around the panel like a back road dance. Every little spark was another chance. And burning wire, some sank low, some made me laugh, some hurt my soul. There were gaps I had to bridge real slow, places where the metal didn't want to go. Blew through once, then filled it back, tiny little circles on a jagged crack. Ain't no shame in stopping to think, ain't no shame in riding the brink. When the welder spits and steel turns blue, that old truck's teaching every lesson to you. I ain't pretending I nailed it clean. This ain't no TV restoration scene, no fancy booth, no expert hand, just a man in the garage trying to understand how hot is too hot, how slow is too slow, how close do I hold it, where does the heat go? That welder don't care about pride or plans, it only tells the truth through your shaking hands. And tonight it told me loud and clear, you're gonna learn something if you stay right here. Burning wire, fighting fire, trying to make that patch panel hold. Sparks on the floor, sweat in my eyes, learning how to weld on steel. This old, it wasn't perfect, it wasn't clean, but it held together and it looked alright. For a first time fool with a welding gun, I won a little battle in the garage tonight. Hey. Oh. By the end of the night, I could see that scene, part nightmare, part square-bodied dream. A few high spots waiting for the grinder's kiss, but I never thought I'd get even close to this. First time welding on a patch panel side, half full of nerves, half full of pride. I fought that machine and I fought that rust, and learned old trucks don't fix themselves with trust. They take burned fingers and stubborn nights, cheap mistakes under flickering lights. They take patience, cussing, grinding dust, and a little bit of faith in a truck full of rust. Burning wire, fighting fire, trying to make that patch panel hold. Sparks on the floor, sweat in my eyes, learning how to weld on steel. This old, it wasn't perfect, it wasn't clean, but it held together and it looked alright. For a first time fool with a welding gun, I won a little battle in the garage tonight. Burning wire, fighting fire, trying not to burn right through. Patch panel welded to the side of that truck, and I'll be damned, boys, I think it'll do. I fought the settings, fought the steel, fought that welder till it started to feel like maybe I could learn this trade. One ugly tack and one lesson made. It ain't perfect, but it's mine. A first time weld on an old fender line. Sparks went cold, but the pride stayed bright. I welded that panel to the truck tonight.
Okay, let's end the video here. I've been chasing welds down. I'd weld and I'd grind and I'd weld and I'd grind, but I am learning. I'm happy with my first attempt. I was blowing through a few places. I don't know if it's my welding settings. I don't know. It could be a bunch of stuff. Like I've got holes here, a hole here, hole here, hole here. I still have to fix, but that's where I'm going to end this one. Little thing about my welder. So some of this I forgot to turn the gas on and all that kind of stuff. I got to do better at that. When I first started, I was using like a long extension cord, regular extension cord. When I switched to a thicker, shorter one, I was getting better welds, so that was a plus. I went and got a different tip. The other thing is I didn't have a 0.23 welding tip, so I went and got that, and I did a quick little test this morning. I think that's going to help, because that's the wire thickness that I'm running, is the 0.23. So I think every little bit helps is what I'm finding, but that's where I'm going to end this piece. I'm going to jump back here next This one here. Whoops, sorry. We're gonna do that one next, and then we'll come back. You know, I'm sure I'm gonna learn more every time, and but yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I think it looks a lot better than what it did, and who knows how long it'll last, but I'm happy. Thanks for watching. See you soon.